Right guys, welcome to the late night agenda. It's Sunday night, the night after Liverpool beat Manchester United by 3 goals to 1 to go top of the Premier League once again. I am absolutely delighted to be on here, waiting for everybody to come into the chat. We'll go through the game, we'll see how you're all feeling, we'll see if you've digested that victory. Connor's headed off, so massive thank you to him for all his help today. I cannot wait. I've been on Twitter talking to people. Everybody's over the moon. I'm definitely over the moon. How are we? Dylan's in, Cart's in, Dungeon's in, Liverpool fan, or Will I should say is in. How are we guys? And we are live. You've no idea how great it is to say we are live again. I thought we were going to have months before we were back on, so absolutely delighted to be on here tonight talking to you all. How are we, sir? Brian is in, Charlene is in, McSwiggs is in, Shaq Attack, absolutely. And we've played around with our scene here a little bit again today. You can see Connor made another image there of Shaqiri and the league table. Well, what we call a league table, because we've changed it around a little bit. Feeling tickety-boo, said Stephen Richards. And as you should, sir, as you should. I'm live, Luke, absolutely. How beautiful is it? It's great to say that. I'm not saying what you're looking at is beautiful, but it's great to say it. It's great to be back. I was so worried earlier when you said about the 90 days. Mate, when we got the email or the notification, what happened was Connor came, we were sitting here, we were about to go live, we started getting everything ready. We clicked into the YouTube account and then a notification popped up that said, you know, you've been copyright infringement, yada yada yada. So we clicked it and followed through, and then we seen the 90 days as well, and our hearts sank because we thought that that was it, the channel was screwed. But thankfully, from a bit of help from Mark Goldbridge with some suggestions, a bit of help as well from Twitter, and a bit of help of people getting us in contact with YouTube, we managed to contact the person who made the complaint, and we got it dropped, which made a massive difference, which is why I'm here now talking to you, which is why we were able to come on earlier on. I'm over the moon. I'm so happy. I've never been so appreciative of having the channel as I am right now, because today scared the shit out of us both. So glad your channel's getting back on, said October, thank you. What happened to the channel? I think I just explained to Charlene, but it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Will said I predicted 3-1. I'm sure you did, mate. Connor did as well. We had quite a few 3-1 predictions, actually. I was so happy to see the scum cry. So beautiful, said Blakely. It was great. Do you know what? 3-1 probably flattered them a little bit. I thought we were excellent from start to finish today. And bar a mess up by our keeper, it would have been a very easy win. Brilliant news about the channel, said Brian, thank you. Yeah, it was a bit of a kick in the nuts. I mean, as great as it is to be back here, missing out on the biggest game of the season today, apart from the financial loss to us, it stopped us from hitting those 6,000 subscribers, and we'd set ourselves up to think that we were going to hit 6,000 today. So that little bit of bad news earlier on, that cost us probably 200 or 300 followers as well as whatever it did financially, but still, that's past tense now. We're back here, we're live. I'm so happy to be here, guys. If you're watching for the first time, if you're joining us here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream. Gary Neville and Roy Keane crying with the shock. To be fair to Roy Keane, and again, I'm only reading comments because I haven't watched the interviews or anything yet. I've seen something that said that he reckons the trophies are on the way to Liverpool very soon, which, you know, fair play to him for saying that, because he's right. Craig reckoned that was Jose sabotaging us, said Stephen Richards. Mate, whoever it was, it really pissed me off, and Connor. Like, it felt like something to be taken out of our control that had nothing to do with us and that we hadn't actually done. But yet the onus was on us, again, to try and prove that we hadn't done anything. It's not great, from a YouTube perspective, that they don't look after the content providers, that when somebody puts a complaint in, it automatically just blocks us forever and we have to run around trying to prove stuff that we didn't actually do. Basically, they did us for copyright infringement on a stream that hadn't even started, just because it mentioned the words Liverpool versus Manchester United live. That was enough to get us in trouble. So glad the channel is back. Was a wasteland wondering what 90 days would be like. So was I, for a while. So was I. I was sitting here trying to figure out what I was going to do at night time and what I was going to do with my days. We had thought of switching over to the other channel, which, you know, would have at least got us through to our regular subscribers, which is what we would have done, to be fair. Will there be a watch along for Friday's game versus Wolves? 100%, mate, 100%. There would have been one today, you know, we were here. I felt really bad for Connor, because Connor drove 50 miles today to come up to my house to do this. And for it to have happened like that, it was tough. It was really tough. You should have done a watch along for Match of the Day. No, I don't even watch Match of the Day, Mark, to be honest. I can't sit through it. I can't sit through most of the guests that they have. And I don't mind Gary Lineker. He's okay. He's not the worst of them. But some of the guests I just can't listen to. Ben said, wait, I think I know who caused the block. The block came from somebody on behalf of the television companies made. It wasn't somebody reporting us. It wasn't another channel trying to dob us in. It definitely was nothing to do with that. This was purely by somebody who thought we were breaking it. They thought we were going to start streaming the game. And they thought we were going to put links up. So that's why. We had 36 shots, said Macaulay Cook. And that's a record, by the way. So far this season, the 36 shots that Macaulay is speaking about there is a record in the Premier League. Manchester City currently, or before today, had the record with 32 shots. Liverpool's today, 36. And that's the most that Manchester United have conceded against them shot-wise since Opta started keeping stats in 2003. So it just goes to show you the level of dominance today by Liverpool. It was great. You're lucky I would have had to just direct message you from iFix. We would have sorted something out. Fellaini's shot hit the steward. Guilty until proven innocent. Ridiculous, said Brian. That's the thing. Somebody put an accusation in against us. And what happened was immediately our account was frozen. So we couldn't put out any live stuff. We could pre-record stuff and put it out. But we couldn't put out live content. And the onus was on us then to run around and prove that we hadn't broken rules. But what was extra funny about this, Brian, is, as we said earlier, the stream hadn't even started. So, like, we couldn't have done anything wrong because the stream hadn't even begun. This was taken down an hour before the stream had started. It was madness. It really opened their eyes to how fragile this whole thing is. It scared the shit out of us. We don't, like, going forward now, we're a little bit worried about how we word anything. And it happened to Mark Goldbridge before as well. He told me earlier on that they had it happen to them, and he gave me some advice on what to do, and I thank him for that. And actually Mark will be here tomorrow night, 10 o'clock for the Late Night Agenda. We'll have Mark Goldbridge on to get a reaction from his side for the game against Manchester United today. Obviously we're going to be happy with the way the game went, but it'll be interesting to hear what Mark has to say. It'll be interesting to hear what the United viewpoint is and how they see life going forward as a Manchester United fan. Solid effort that today. What else we got? Liverpool 1, Sad Pep 2, Slippery Spurs. We could, number 4 there, mate. Number 4 was what I asked, could we put on? But Connor said no, we couldn't use that word. Craig, over 45,000 empty seats at Wembley yesterday. To be fair, with all due respect to Spurs, I mean, it is hard for them to keep filling up the stadium, and it's Wembley, and it's not their local stadium. So I've spoken to Spurs fans before who were explaining that, for instance, during a weeknight, it's a real pain in the arse in rush hour traffic for fans to get over from one side over to the other to watch Spurs. So I wouldn't be slagging off Spurs too much for not filling Wembley. I mean, Wembley's a big ass stadium first and foremost, and Spurs fans probably expect it to be in their new home at this point. What it has done today though is it's just proven that Liverpool are the real deal. Liverpool are here, they're genuine contenders. I'm so fucking happy. I'm so happy today, guys. Apart from beat Manchester United, which is always great. It's always great to beat Manchester United. It was the way we went about it that pleased me most. I think Jurgen Klopp said the first half hour today was one of the best half hours of football that he's had as Liverpool manager. And that says a lot because we put in some great performances. What did you actually do to have it done to us? I think I just explained that one. I want Everton to sign Shaqiri. How much would you sell him for? Said Gareth Phillips. Not selling him, mate. No, he's not for sale. Look at him there in the image, all beautiful, like with his arms folded. What a sign. It has to be the bargain of the season. £13 million for a man that is capable of doing what he did today. Craig, I did tell you last night to get your money on Mane to score, which you did. And a couple of other people asked me why I wouldn't have started Shaqiri during the week when I put out my predicted team. And I said because I think legs are tiring, 20 minutes to go, bringing Shaqiri off the bench could have an impact on the game, and lo and behold it did. But going forward now, has he staked a claim for a start? A couple of other things to talk about actually. Let's have a little chat about Fabinho. I thought he was excellent today. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I was looking through the Sky Sports scores, or the player ratings, and they gave him a fucking 7. A 7. They basically gave every Liverpool player a 7, except Shaqiri got an 8 when he came on as a sub. Alisson got a 5 and Salah got a 6, and every other Liverpool player got a 7. So to rate Fabinho as a 7 I thought was disgraceful. He was fantastic today, as was Gini Wijnaldum as well. I feel like we could do it this season, said Charlene. Yeah, you don't want to be that Liverpool fan that says this could be our year. You know, that's the phrase you're not allowed mutter. you're not allowed to come out with as a Liverpool fan, but it's really looking good. It's looking like this team are serious, real contenders. We can defend, we can attack, we can grind out games, we can see games through. It's brilliant. Junior said Fabinho was class today. Mate, look, he was excellent. Absolutely fan. There was it was almost what's the phrase I'm looking for here? It was almost a masterclass in how to play as the six. It was fantastic. He was able to step forward when he needed to. He was careful enough not to leave himself exposed. I was so impressed with Fabinho today. He has to start in the six in the big games. He just has to. And nothing against Jordan Henderson, because Jordan Henderson is still a very, very good footballer. But if we're looking at who's on form and who's doing better, it has to be Fabinho. It just has to be. Craig, the person who done that should have looked at your watch-alongs and said, yeah, that was the point, Scotty. That's exactly what we said. When we wrote an email to the person to explain, we said, look at our account. This is what we do. We do watch-alongs, and just to explain what a watch-along was, we said it's basically like a match companion, where we don't show anything except myself and the other co-host here. We give our reactions in real time to what's going on. We don't play any audio from the game. We don't show any video from the game. And we don't do anything that breaks the rules. We go out of our way not to break the rules. So look, it was what it was. The mark has been taken off our account. It's like it never existed. But it was frightening for it to happen to us. And I hope it doesn't happen again. Don't worry, they'll be forced to show respect. Otherwise they'll lose face. They'll bow down if it happens. And what else have we got? I've wanted a DM like Fabinho for a decade. He's absolutely world class, said Junior. I never thought I'd see the day that Jurgen Klopp actually went out and bought a DM, mate. And for him to have done it and brought in the player that he has, I mean, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I did say to people a while back that come January, February time, we'll be looking back at September and October when Fabinho wasn't playing and people were asking about him. And we won't remember it. Because all we will remember is the Fabinho that we have that has settled in and that hit the ground running when he started being played. Did anyone see Gark dance when Lindegaard scored? I didn't, Ben. No, I didn't watch it. I did watch his post-match show actually, but I didn't see during the game because myself and Connor just kind of kicked back, relaxed, and actually enjoyed the game for once. Rod said, well done, Craig and Connor. Thank you. Brian Morrissey says, all are blocked, I think. Right, guys, look, if you are watching, by the way, we really want to try and get to that 6,000 subscriber mark. We thought we were going to be celebrating a win against United today and hitting 6,000 subscribers. So, if you're watching, please do hit that subscribe button. Whether you're a United fan, a Liverpool fan, if you enjoy the channel, if you enjoy what we do, please be an absolute legend and hit that subscribe button. Hope Klein gets a few starts with Trent out injured. He stepped in and performed today, said Junior. He really did. He really did perform, actually. And I didn't think he'd see it through. I thought that he wouldn't have the fitness after not playing. Matt said as well, Klein, for a player who hasn't played the Premier League all season, came in and done amazingly well. He was very, very good. Did anybody get man of the match? McSwig said Sky gave it to Shaqiri. Connor gave it to Shaqiri. I gave mine to Fabinho because I just thought it was a masterclass in midfield today. Craig, I think Wolves game on Friday won't be a pushover. No, it really won't. Mourinho will be rocking. It depends on what Wolves show up. They're capable of giving anybody a game. So I'm not expecting us to go there and just walk through the game. But I think we'll have too much for them. I honestly think we'll have too much. But what a start to the season, guys. 17 games in. 45 points. 14 wins. 3 draws. Only 7 goals conceded. 10 clean sheets. We are the business this year. It's a beautiful thing to see. I'm so happy to be a Liverpool fan. Happy you're back, said Godfrey Rodriguez. Thank you very much, sir. I thought you were banned from live streaming. We've explained this loads of times. We were. We received a ban earlier on, but we got it sorted very quickly thanks to a bit of persistence and a bit of spamming, because we absolutely hammered YouTube and we hammered other people to try and get this lifted as quickly as possible. And to be fair to the people who put in the complaint, they retracted it just as quickly, and thankfully we were able to come on here tonight, and I'm so happy I am, because I was looking forward to this. I love these reaction shows. I love to come on here after a win and share it with you guys. My online family, I think it's right to say. I love coming on here and chatting with you. I love seeing everybody's optimism and positivity after these wins. And I love hearing how everybody thinks we're going to get on down the line. The Champions League draw is on Monday. I think it's Lewis, is it? Yeah, the Champions League draw is on Monday, mate, at 11 AM. But the games don't start until late February. Was impressed with Klein today. Showed strength and depth, said Stephen. Will said, just me who really likes the Wolves kit. No, mate, I love it. Home and away. both the Wolves kits are beautiful. I said that to Connor. If they weren't in the Premier League this year, I'd have probably bought one of the shirts because they're really, really nice. What do you think about Becker? Said Cody. Yeah, look, there's no dancing around it, mate. He fucked up. There's no dancing around it. He fucked up. I think it was just... I'm not going to make an excuse for him because I don't think it's unlucky that he hit the ground and it hit his knee. He didn't protect the ball. As a goalkeeper, your first job in those situations is protect the ball. That's all I can say. He fucked up. He fucked up. And he's fucked up twice this season. But they haven't cost us any points because the team have bailed him out. But what I can say is he has won us more points than any other keeper I can remember already this season. So I back my keeper. I back him 100%. He'll come back from this. Mistakes happen. I'm not holding it against him. He didn't hold it against himself. I love the guy. So look, he's one of our boys. We've got to support him. Simple as that, really. I think if you look at his distribution, he's learned not to take those mistakes again after making that mistake against Leicester. You can see he's altered his distribution a little bit to not take those chances. So I'm hoping he learns from this as well. I'm sure he will. He's a professional after all. Who do you fancy in the draw tomorrow? Oh yeah, tomorrow's Monday, for fuck's sake. So yeah, the draw's tomorrow. Here's me talking about Monday. I keep thinking today is Saturday. Yeah, the draw's tomorrow. Who do I fancy? I have a feeling we're coming out of the draw against Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich. One of the two German sides for me. But I fancy anybody. Anybody. Bring them all on. Liverpool are capable of beating any team over two legs. I'm not being cocky. I'm not being arrogant. I'm not saying we're going to go through. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. Whoever it is, and I look forward to the games. Brian Morris, he said, Real Madrid, stone cold revenge, bitches. But Alisson might not be as good as you think. Neville Southall made mistakes like that. Don't worry about it, Gareth. Let us worry about Alisson, buddy. He's our keeper. We'll back him. I'll back him to the hilt because I think he's absolutely class. And Neville Southall was an amazing goalkeeper as well. So I've nothing but respect for Big Nev. And even as a person, Neville Southall seems like an absolutely top fella. Craig, although he made a mistake, Alisson Becker isn't the Brazilian #1 for nothing. Every keeper makes mistakes. Every single keeper. De Gea's made them numerous times. Courtois has made them. Ederson's made them. Everybody makes mistakes. Goalkeepers make mistakes. It's something you have to accept. No goalkeeper is infallible. Unfortunately for a keeper, when he makes a mistake, it usually ends up in a goal being conceded. What's the game with my granddad today on his birthday? He's a Manx, so I feel bad for him. Well, happy birthday to your granddad anyway, mighty lad. Unfortunately, look, the game didn't work out for him, but I can't feel bad about that. I can't as a Liverpool fan, I'm afraid. But I do wish your granddad a happy birthday, mate, and I hope you had a nice day. In the home game, we've got no VVD, said Junior. Correct, he is banned for the first game of the next round of the Champions League. But look, it's a big ask, it's a big loss, but, you know, we'll have Gomez back. Degsy can step in, we'll be fine. Charlene said, exactly, Craig, everybody makes mistakes, which is true. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the screen back up so I can move through the chat. Exactly, Craig, everybody makes a mistake. I'll always back anybody wearing the lifebird upon their chest, as will I. I wouldn't like Bayern Munich in the draw because I really don't want my Bayern Liverpool house to implode in sheer rage, said October. I just have a feeling. we're going to get one of the German sides. Craig, the mood we are in, I want Ramos. What are your thoughts on the lad's performance? Asks Martin Reed. Mate, I thought today was excellent. I was so impressed with the attitude. I was so impressed with the tempo that we set. And we've seen the midfield put in a masterclass against Napoli as well. And I thought that when I seen that midfield trio today of Naby Keita, Fabinho and Gini Wijnaldum, I turned around the corner and I said, that is exactly the midfield I would have started. I'm so happy to have seen them given a chance. And I'm so happy to see them repay the manager's faith. I thought they were fantastic. I thought bringing Keita off and Shaqiri on at that time was the right move as well. Everything today just went right. And I think, except the goal, look, we can talk about that. We have spoken about it, but fuck it, it's done, it's buried. It didn't affect the result in the end, thankfully. We went out, we did a job, we were clearly the better side, we were dominating in the stats. I don't know what game Jose Mourinho thought he was watching, if he said that they were in control for a period. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Liverpool controlled that game from start to finish. 3-1 didn't flatter us one bit. The 1 flattered them because they didn't deserve a goal, but look, it happened. And it happened because their goalkeeper made a mistake. We can't hide away from that. Klein was good today. He's a good second choice, says Cart. I think he might be off in January though. I really feel he might be off. Have we heard anything at all on Trent? Has there been any news? Because I've seen nothing. Juve and Barca would give us a tough game. In my opinion, nobody else would, said Junior. Message to City fan and asked them to send me a picture of the league table and inform me who's top. Got blocked. Do you know what? When that goal went in, Connor said to me, watch this, and he went on Twitter. All the City fans were out giving a Billy Big bollocks immediately as soon as that goal went in. Oh, sure, they were only slagging Alisson off and Liverpool left, right and centre. And then, what happened to them when we went 2-1 and 3-1 up? Of course, they disappeared back under their rocks. Leno has cost Arsenal points a few times, Mark. Their goalkeepers have been horrendous for them. So Arsenal, as you see, they're number 5 in our list there. Banter FC. Ray Clements was a class act, said Gareth. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. I absolutely agree with you. Ray Clements, top man. But Big Nev, he might be a blue, but as a human being, he seems like a top fella. He seems like he sticks up for his community as well, and I love anyone that does that. Can't wait for tomorrow night with Gark, said Mossy Wassy. I'm looking forward to a chat with Mark, actually. I have to say, it's been a very strange week. Very strange. It's never been a week where I thought I'd be going back and forth chatting with Mark Goldbridge and messaging back and forth and having him saying kind words about the channel. It's been very surreal, very strange, but as I said earlier on, you get to know people and you get to know the real people and not just the people you see watching on the screen. Yeah, I hold my hands up. I have to hold my hands up. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. But I'm looking forward to it. And look, we probably won't get to speak to him then because, you know, we're not going to be playing United again for, I don't know, months. And we'll go about it. But you never know, when the next game runs around, we might cross paths again. Thoughts on the... And you know, he's one of the few channels that I would do stuff with. I mean, Arsenal Fan TV came calling. They'd be told to go and shite. But I have no interest in talking to that gobshite DT. Nothing against Robbie. I don't know him at all. Don't know him from Adam. But I have no interest. Toffee TV, I do stuff with. Anyone else reaches out, I'll probably entertain it. But there's very few that I really would do stuff with, so I have to say it was fun. It was fun. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow night as well. And fair play to him for coming on. It'll be easy to make an excuse. It'll be easy to say that he was busy or something came up. But as it stands, we're all organised and ready to go tomorrow. And I'll get my questions ready and I look forward to it. Let it be Borussia Dortmund. If we get a German side, my whole family hates them, said October. How could you hate Dortmund? How? I don't understand. Obviously, like, if you're Bayern Munich fans, then, you know, that explains it. But as a club, Dortmund seemed like a fantastic club. Lara said it was raining at Anfield and they still made more water on the field before the game. I love that. I love when that happens. They just want that pitch so slick. Actually, do you know what? In fairness, a word on the referee today. I thought Martin Atkinson refereed that game very, very well. I'm very quick to criticise referees on here, and you guys know I don't hold back. But I spoke with Connor on a few occasions today watching that game, and I said, do you know what? I think he's got those decisions spot on. In a game that at times wouldn't be easy to referee, we've seen Young in his ear quite a lot, and of course Liverpool would be in his ear as well. But he held his nerve, he made the big decisions correct, and I thought he ran the game very well. He let the game flow, and he gave yellow cards where necessary. So yeah, all in all, I thought Martin Atkinson had a very good game today as referee, and credit to him for that one, because it's only fair that we give credit when we think a referee has a good game rather than just come on here complaining about them having shit games. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that we win, because I've complained about referees when we've won as well. But today I thought he was very good. I want Liverpool to draw United. It's not possible, Gareth. Can't draw any English teams in the last 16. And we also can't draw Paris Saint-Germain as well, because we already had them in the group stage. Garrett said the United stand has 300,000 subscribers, but this is much better. I think 314,000. I think they were celebrating that one earlier on. But thank you, Gareth. That's really kind of you, mate. And I know you're a blue as well, so to hear that from you means a lot. Will said, Trent, we have to see. For him, it's day by day, but we don't judge it. It's not cool, but as long as we still have enough players, it's our job to always find the solution. So thank you for that one, Will. Much appreciated, mate. Part of United's tactics are to play balls into areas and try to force mistakes. Pure gambling football, absolute shite. I don't know what they were at today. I mean, let's just break this down a little bit and look at their back three. Why come to Liverpool and play a fucking back three? And a back three that consists of Eric Bailly, and who else was in their back three today? Dalot, sorry. Dalot, Bay, and who was the other player in their back three? Fucking Lindegaard or whatever his name is. That's a shocking back three. And I know the reason I'm a bit confused is because Bailly wasn't supposed to start, Chris Smalling was, and then something happened or something. I don't know what happened, but it swapped around and it was Bailly that started. But that's a back three that's asking for trouble. It's absolutely begging to be got at. Their midfield was useless. I thought United today were just terrible from start to finish. I don't mean to just stick the knife in, but they were shite. Absolutely shite. I failed to see anything from that team that worried me today. But if I was a Manchester United fan, I'd be very worried. But on that, I still think the calibre of players that they have at that club, the manager should be getting more from them. I mean, what's going on with Paul Pogba seems madness. Absolute nuts. So, if I'm a United fan, and I haven't spoken to a lot of them during the week this week, it seems that they're just waiting for Mourinho to go. And it seems like a lot of them believe that when it's mathematically impossible to get fourth, they'll sack him. Which seems like the wrong thing to do to me. Because if you sack him now, you've got a chance to get some. Yes, you might have to pay him 15 million quid more. But you've a chance to get a manager in who could, if he came in and done really well, perhaps scrape you into the top 4. And getting into that top 4 would be worth a lot more than the 15 million quid it would cost to sack Mourinho. So, for me, it just seems crazy. It wouldn't surprise me, but it's been linked to us for ages now. So, Junior, I think Mourinho's bus broke down on the way. Shaqiri was on fire today, said Martin Reed. He was brilliant. He really was. Your whole family are Bayern fans, including Oma. Is that your grandmother? I'm sorry if I'm not sure what Oma is, but it's a beautiful word actually. I like that. I'm missing the Wolves game on the 21st as I'm travelling, said Ferno. Well, mate, look, at least you're travelling, so that means you're probably off somewhere nice. But we'll take care of it for you, buddy. We'll get to the win. Oh, can we have a word about the lucky shirt, by the way? The lucky shirt came out again today. You can see it in the image there beside Shaqiri. The lucky shirt, I'm actually going to retire that shirt this season. If I wear it for the next, I don't know, whatever games I'm going to wear it for, if it remains unbeaten for the entire season, I'm framing it and I'm going to put it up in my house. I'm not even going to wear it anymore because I think it deserves some recognition from me. Yeah, the lucky shirt came through again today. I can't believe that this shirt has remained unbeaten. It's crazy, but long may it continue. October said, don't want to get cocky, but I think we've the best defence and are on track to do just that. If we beat City this year is it, said Junior. When is that game actually? The Manchester City game is coming up fairly soon in the new year, isn't it? Robertson must be in the top 3 left backs in world football. On Robbo today, tough to say this, but I don't think it was his best game. Not that he did anything wrong. I just don't think it was his best game today. He would have been the standout performer, but that's okay. I mean, he was a good 6-7 out of 10 as always. I'm sure, what's this? I'm sure we could be unbeaten, said Kirby. 70 games in, to be unbeaten, to be where we are and have our best ever start to a league campaign. And you think of the amazing Liverpool sides that there's been over the years. This is the best ever start to a Premier League campaign. Or not to a Premier League, to a league campaign, excuse me. And I'm taking into account here the fact that there used to be 2 points for a win. Somebody's done the math on this before and it works out that we're still better than ever, which is amazing. If you're a darts fan, by the way, and you're watching the darts right now, major shock. Peter Wright's just been knocked out of the World Darts Championship in the first round, or the second round, I can't remember. I think it's the second round actually. So yeah, he's gone already, which is a major shock to darts. Unbelievable win, great channel, keep up the work, said Ella Nick. Is it Nick and Shunna? My Irish is coming out there a little bit, but I think it's Eric, Nick and Shunna, and excuse me if I mispronounce, but thank you for the kind words. Yeah, so if you're watching, guys, don't forget we're trying to hit that 6k, so if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And also as well, thank you to everybody this week who sent us super chats. It's been an experience for us. I'll never forget seeing the first super chat because I didn't know what the hell it was. As you know, we got monetized this week after 6 months trying to get it sorted out, and to see those first super chats on the screen, it absolutely made my week. So thank you to everyone that sent us super chats. Love you guys, thank you. And just know that all the money will of course be going to the fund to purchase that new camera equipment. We don't spend any money we get in here on ourselves. Any money that comes to the channel we keep for the channel, because we know how hard people work to earn their money. We know how tight money is for everybody, us included. So thank you so much to everyone that sent super chats and everyone that's helped us out on Ko-fi. And everyone that's come on and spread the word about the channel. You are all superstars and we love you all. Thank you. January the 3rd versus City. Fucking hell, it really is. Early in the new year. Jesus. I didn't realise it was that early. This channel's got it all. Lucky shirts, lucky rabbits. Madness. There you go. Lucky rabbits. Let's not forget about Rod's lucky rabbit. Ferno said Robbo was insane. I don't think he was great today, mate. I really don't. I'm not saying he did anything wrong. It was a very solid performance. I just don't think it was one of his better games. But that's okay, as I'm saying. I'm not at all knocking the guy. He was fantastic. Like, he did nothing wrong. Mourinho said Liverpool played too fast, 100 miles an hour from. Good, fuck him. I'm halfway down Augustine and rainy season. Where's that? I'm halfway down. Is it Ossengate? Excuse me, in rainy season. The Andes has been good to me. Nice, Claire. Well, stay safe first and foremost, mate. If it's rainy season and you're halfway down the Andes, stay safe first and foremost. It's always a pleasure having you on here, Claire. It blows my mind to think where you are when you're commenting in the chat and stuff. Yeah, I love the fact that you've just gone out there, mate, and living your life and having experiences. So well done, and long may it continue. Craig, with that shirt, we should call you the Candy Man. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. I'm so happy that we won today. I love beating the Manx, and it's been a while. 3rd of January as well. Lots of people let me know about the City game. Thank you. Jason said Robbo was outstanding today as well. I feel like you think I'm putting them down here, guys. I really amn't. What I'm saying is, for me, he wasn't one of my standout performers today. I'm not disagreeing that he's a good game. Robbo always has a good game. I'm just saying I thought that there was a couple of things he could have done a little bit better. That's all. No slagging. Love the guy. I'd love us to smash City just so the bragging rights with them, pal. She's winding me up yesterday. That's going to be some game, that City-Liverpool game. I'm very much looking forward to it. And again, I hope it's not a game that we're talking about the referee. I said it about today during the week. I said I hope whatever happens that we're not sitting here on Sunday night talking about the referee. Well, we weren't, because Martin Atkinson did his job perfectly. And we're sitting here talking about the game. We're talking about the 3 goals, and we're talking about a mistake from a keeper. Just great till we don't have to talk about the referee. 64 subs till 6k subscribed, said Will. Do you know what? It was higher, but we got a message, and everybody that makes YouTube videos got a message to say that they're going to be removing some accounts because they were doing a bit of a clean up to remove bots and all that stuff. So everybody lost some subscribers. It happened to us today, so it felt like an extra little kick in the nuts. But there you go, 64 away from 6,000 still isn't many. So we'll get there soon. But to reach 6,000 has been amazing. If you think about where we are, we look back. In the last 28 days, the channel's received 1,300 subscribers, which is brilliant. So thank you for all your support. I know I keep saying it, but I really do mean it. October said, Oma equals grandma, Opa equals grandpa. May he rest in peace. And absolutely. But thank you for clearing that up as well. I love the phrases Oma and Opa. It sounds great. All hail the mighty Jersey, said Far Oil. Always wear that Liverpool shirt when we play, Craig. I can't, Ferno. I have to talk to it and it tells me. I'm not joking. I stand in front of my wardrobe holding that shirt up, and if I don't get the feeling, I don't wear it. It's weird. I know, it's stupid, but it's the truth. Fair play to the lucky shirts. The lucky shirt is legendary. What's your win record with the lucky shirt? I don't know about win to draws, mate, but it's never lost. I've never had a loss with that shirt. I don't break it out very often over the year. I mean, I would wear it maybe less than 10 games a season. Or I would have it out 10 games or less a season. I had mine on, the purple one, and we won, said Scotty. Fabinho was a monster today, getting better and better. Was that the game? Or was that the game in bed in me Maz? House back home from Dublin United are shirter than I thought. Boss show, lad. Thank you, Paul. Fabinho was a monster, as you said today. He was absolutely class. And if that continues, then my fucking God, we have one amazing DM. And he's going to ask questions to Jordan Henderson about playing. And I don't think Hendo's going to have the answers if Fabinho keeps putting it in that level of performance. Right, where are we? I'd love us to smash City. I've done that one. Fabinho and Genie were immense, said Claire. Genie as well. I mean, what a season that man is having. In the summer when we signed Fabinho, we signed Shaqiri, we were looking at bringing in Fekir. And we had the midfield that we had. We were talking about Gini Wijnaldum and thinking, is he on the periphery? Is he somebody who might be in a bit of trouble this year? But as Kloppo said before, when players come in and competition is increased and people's levels go up, and Gini Wijnaldum just keeps getting better and better and better. And long may that continue, because it's great having him at the club. He's such a versatile player. Andy Robertson ran home to his ma's for a roast at half time, but she was still out at the start of the second half. And not even out of breath, mate, when he got back. What else have we got? If Klopp left, who would you want as manager? I don't know, Luke. I haven't thought about it, mate, and I don't really want to think about it because Klopp is here. I don't want to think about him leaving. I feel like if I spoke about somebody else, I'd be disrespecting my manager, and I don't want to do that because I love the guy. And I want him here for a long, long time. When you've got the equipment though, Craig, and the channel gets big, I wouldn't blame you taking earning from it. That's just me. Never going to be the case, mate. What we'll use any income for going down the line is we'll use it for trips to go over to the UK to record with you guys, to meet people, to go to supporters clubs and record with them. We're talking about going up to Newry in County Down after Christmas and perhaps recording a watch along with the supporters club up there and doing a reaction video and stuff with them. And maybe going out on the road and doing a few bits and pieces is what we might do. We'd love to do some live shows as well when the channel gets a little bit bigger. And when we say live shows, we never mean charging for tickets or anything like that. We just mean getting people together, watching games together, filming the watch-alongs, filming some content, getting you reactions afterwards, stuff like that. That would be a dream for us. And if the channel continues to grow, then fingers crossed that's where we'll go. But, you know, fingers crossed. We'll wait and see what happens. We also have a new project that we're going to be working on as well. That's going to take a lot of work to get that going. We dropped the name earlier on to you guys and crack on. And that's going to be a new project that myself and Connor will be taking up probably around March time of next year. Nothing to do with Liverpool at all, by the way. I should say that it won't be Liverpool related. I thought Mo could have played better than he did today, said Scotty, and you're not on your own there, mate. He wasn't as effective as we'd have hoped. He causes trouble wherever he goes. I mean, he's going to be a headache for teams, but I would have loved for him to have scored today because he's never scored against United for Liverpool. And you're right, he wasn't perhaps as effective as he could have been today, but he's still a damn good player and he scored a hat-trick. He scored 4 in his last 2 games before today, so you're right, he wasn't at his best, but not everybody's going to be. Look at it this way, Mane wasn't at his brilliant best during the week. He missed a handful of opportunities, and then today for that first goal, I thought the chest control, the touch and the finish past De Gea was exquisite. Particularly that first touch with his chest, and the ball through from Fabinho was absolutely ridiculous as well. It was Robbo's crossing and corners that let him down. Gini had the best corners of the game. Salah couldn't take one either. Spot on, Colin, and that's pretty much where I was getting at. It was his crossing today and his corners that let him down, and as you said, Gini took the best corners. I saw a couple of Mo's as well. I don't think they beat the first man, and I get really fucking frustrated when corners don't beat the first man. Sometimes I was looking at how we play, and a lot of the time I wonder why we pump balls into the box when we're maybe 30-35 yards out. And I'm not talking about the ones we whip in from wide towards the back post. I understand them, they're looking for runners. But sometimes we chip a ball from slightly left or right towards the penalty spot, and I wonder who they think is going to win those aerial challenges when you're putting them in there against big centre backs. And yes, there's second balls to win, but just little things I think we can work on. But it's hard to be in any way negative about that performance today because it was outstanding. And for Liverpool to be top of the Premier League after 17 games, which is almost the halfway point, we're 2 games away from the halfway point, it's fucking brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Again, nothing's won in December though. Aaron said, if we get a creative midfielder in January, cough cough, Fekir will be unstoppable. They have first choice, but they don't have a buyback clause. I'm not sure who that one was on. Oh, was that on Sancho with regards to Manchester City perhaps, maybe? I'm not sure. Fabinho, Robbo, Shaqiri were all class, said Will. Robbo was quieter than usual, I agree, said Claire. Did the YouTube thing get sorted out for the watch along? No, Stephen, unfortunately, mate, we missed the watch along. It only got sorted out at about 7 o'clock, I think, something like that. Celebrated the Mane goal and had to reassure my daughter because she said, don't be angry. I said, I'm not angry, darling. Daddy's happy. I know, mate, I know where you're coming from. That's happened to me a few times when my kids were younger. screaming, celebrating goals, and they get a little bit of a fright. So I get where you're coming from. Don't worry though, when your daughter gets older and she gets a bit used to it, she'll get used to your madness altogether, and she'll know that daddy's just a lunatic. Who got man of the match? I think it was given to Shaqiri. It depends on who you were looking at. Sky gave it to Shaqiri anyway for the game. Should we sing Fabinho oh oh like we used to do with the wee snake song? I don't know, mate. I'm not in charge of the songs, and nobody wants to hear me singing either. Kettle face Neville was quiet as soon as Shaqiri scored. Them 2 goals were brilliant, said Eganito. When is the City game? January 3rd, and I only know that because people told me earlier on because I asked the same question. We only say Robbo didn't have a great game when he isn't amazing. He's quality every time. He's spoiled us, which is true. Absolutely true. We are blessed to have Andy Robertson at left back. Matt said, I don't think we need a creative midfielder. A backup for Mane and Salah would be a better choice. I would go for Pulisic. Is it Pulisic or Pulisic? Because Connor's been pulling me up on this one. 36 shots today. What the fuck, said Mossy Wassy. Which is class. I mean, class. 36 shots. What was the corner count as well? I remember at one stage we looked up and the corner count was something like 11-1. Now I don't think that's how it finished. I think United had a couple of corners after that. Maybe we had a couple more. Man United were shite in fairness. Their only goal was a gift from us, which is true. But I don't care. Neither do I, mate. Don't give a shit. Fuck them. There was a 20-minute period United fans tried to mock Alisson until they disappeared when he scored. It wasn't just United fans, mate. There was City fans as well. They were all coming out from under the rocks. And they all disappeared just as quickly when we went on to win the game. How good was it known, watching that game today, and knowing that there were Spurs fans, that there was obviously United fans, there was Manchester City fans, all sitting there, Everton fans as well, of course, praying that Liverpool messed up, praying that the wheels came off. When it got to 1-1, they were probably happy, but I think deep down, they probably all knew that Liverpool were going to go on and win that game. I did a video at half time, I think it was a Periscope at half time, and I was saying, relax, it's all good. We're on top of this game. We'll go out there in the second half, believe we'll get this done. And we did it comfortably as well. How did you get the live streams back? We got the people who made the complaint against us to retract it. They were kind enough to do that, so that was really nice. It wasn't easy, and I don't think it'll be easy in the future, but it was nice of them to do it. I wear my 2008 to 2010 home kit to sleep in the night before the Northwest Derbies. Every time I say to my mates Mane will score, he does, and sometimes I get the feeling he won't, and he doesn't. Refuse to put money on it because I think I'll jinx it. Well, as long as it keeps working, mate, you keep doing what you're doing, and don't worry about the money, and if I just keep saying he's going to score. All hail the bunny, said Rod. Another 3-1 prediction. Well done to the bunny. And where else have we got? Naby coming into form there January. Naby, I cannot wait to see. Imagine the midfield when we've got Fabinho, Naby and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain comes back and he's back to his best. And then you still have the other options. I mean, our midfield is... There's not many harder working midfields, I think, in Europe than ours. Redmen described Fabinho as the new yard dog, meaning he's a unit. Yeah, I understand what it means. Yeah, he was class. He was very, very good today. Was it not the junkyard dog? No, because that's better. That sounds better. Ben Rafferty said, no, it's Pulisic. They said it during the England versus USA game. He wants people to say his name correctly. I'd always said Pulisic until I'd heard a commentator recently saying Pulisic, and then I swapped it around, and then Connor started moaning at me. So I think it is Pulisic as well, Ben. I'd agree with you. Klopp using Salah as a decoy today was genius. He was attracting 2 or 3 players with him every time he moved, which did give a little bit of space. Paul said as well that it is Pulisic. Thank you for that, Paul. What if we played 3-5-1-2, have Trent, VVD and Robbo at the back, Hendo, Fabinho on the midfield, Genie on the left, Keita on the right of the midfield, Bobby in the 10? That's very complicated, mate, to go through in one go. If we ever went to 3 at the back, then we have the players to do it. We'd have Gomez, Van Dijk and Degsy Lovren. And then you'd have, in your 5 there, you'd have your 2 wing backs. So you'd have Robbo on the left, Trent on the right. It's where you play the 3 in the centre of that I'd worry about. By the way, there you've too many players in. The system you're setting up there doesn't work. It's a 3-5-2, mate. A 3-5-1-2 gives you 11 plus the goalkeeper gives you a 12. So you're going to have to change around your system a little bit. How do you find out who reported? We know because we got an email address. When the report comes in that somebody has reported you, you get an email address to contact them to explain yourself or to try and resolve the issue. Now, I suppose you're at the behest of them, so if they take the time about it, it could last for ages. But we were lucky today that the people reacted quickly to our email, saw that we weren't going to do anything illegal and took it down. But if it happens again, it might not be as easy for us. It might take longer. Craig, would it help if you changed the name away from live stream, save it from happening again? But the thing about this is, Christopher, we could do it, but why should we have to? Every other channel, look at the big channels, look at True Geordie, look at the United Stand. Every single one of them use the exact same wording and the same tags as we do. So we haven't done anything that anybody else hasn't done. And you guys have watched their watch-alongs. I make a point of going out of my way to say we will not be showing the game. And maybe we will have to change our wording a little bit, but if you change that wording a little bit, you will lose a lot of people coming on to your watch-along. So yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll just have to put match companion or watch along or something along those and say no match content or anything in there. But you see, what happens is it's a bot that sweeps. So I think they run a program from their software that goes through YouTube and tries to find anything that they think might be somebody showing the game or throwing links out to the game, and then automatically it just gives a list to YouTube and they all get banned. Just at someone's word like that, everything gets banned. And then everybody has to run around. I mean, as I said, we lost some income today. We lost a load of followers. We would have gained 200 or 300 subscribers today. So we lost that. We lost an income from today's game. We lost super chats. We lost ad revenue. We lost lots of other stuff as well. And I want to say a shout out to Tactics FC as well, who would have been one of our sponsors on the watch along, but of course we didn't have one today. So I have to give a shout out to tacticsfc.com. If you guys like sports podcasts and you check out your sports news, go to tacticsfc.com, check them out. Their show link or their website link and stuff is in the note to the stream, so check them out, tacticsfc.com. Fabinho's passing was next level, great vision, a definite upgrade on Emre Can. Why is it watch your channel? What's this? Why is it I watch your channel we always win every time you're a lucky charm? Steve, I don't know, mate. We've been quite lucky since we've started. There's been yeah, I don't know, we've been on a good run, Steve, so long may it continue. Since the Northwest Derby is the derby for England, when we rule it, we rule England. Absolutely. This was, for me, I'm not from Liverpool, clearly, so I never grew up with the whole Liverpool-Everton thing. I never had to go to school with people who are Evertonians and have that back and forth. So for me, as an outsider, the United game has always meant a lot to me because a lot of my friends and family were United fans. So for me, yeah, this was a big one. They're always big ones. I hate losing this game more than any other. And yeah, it was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. Looking forward to seeing Mark on here tomorrow, today as Empire. Who was a better deal? A, Jimmy Milner for free, or B, Shaqiri for 13 million. C, Gomez for 3 million. The Gomez one is a little bit harder to judge because, well, we signed him a few years back at 3 million. He was only 18, I think, at the time when we signed him. It's a tough question though. Do you know, so far I'd probably say James Milner. If I'm being honest, I think he's probably had the biggest input over the longest period of time. So at the minute, my answer to that would probably be Jimmy Milner. Christian said, absolutely happy with the win. I only wish we were more clinical. 36 shots and only 6 on target, but we should have scored more. And we could have. But look, we won 3-1. At the end of the day, all that matters is the 3 points. And Liverpool going back on top of the Premier League table, which we did. I'm so happy it happened. Do you think Martial would have changed the game? I don't know. I don't really think about games from Manchester United's perspective at all. You could ask the same about Pogba, I suppose. I don't know. Probably not. I don't think any one player could have rescued that situation for United. There just wasn't the intensity level there that was there with Liverpool. I think their own manager spoke about perhaps fitness. It just, their group isn't as tight knitted as ours is. They don't have the belief there at the minute that our players have. And from the off, from straight from the kick-off, our players were on it today. Yes, lazy demonetization. We did get unbanned, thankfully. After a lot of hard work today, we managed to get it sorted out. The reason you get banned is that you're smaller. When you're smaller, you can get banned. I don't know if that's the reason why, mate. Seems like a fucking stupid reason to get banned. Oh, you're small, you're getting banned. I mean, it doesn't really make much sense. If you're talking about with regards to other people using the same names, then all they have to do is at least have the decency to look at our channel and look at previous games that we've done and seeing that we've never, ever, ever broken the rules. Never, ever, ever showed any content. So I think that what YouTube do in these situations is wrong, because it puts the onus on the content provider. And the content provider, by the way, that they've monetized, so a content provider that they know hasn't broken the rules and doesn't show live content. To put the onus on everybody else, us to have to run around and prove this on someone else's word, just seemed like a wrong way of going about it to me. But look, it might happen again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I hope it doesn't. Even though, what a performance and result. Oh, and top of the league. Get in there, said John Hamilton. Craig, if your wife had the lucky shirt, we Vikings would jump on the boat and attack Ireland. Should we feel any compassion for Manchester United, said Paul. It's up to you, mate. I don't. I don't think they would feel any for us either, so let them. I mean, we've been where they are. We've been in that situation. It's been a while since United fans have really had to, you know, go through a lean period, so they're not getting much sympathy out of me. Again, Brian, 3-5-1-2 is an impossible formation because it's too many players. Thank you, by the way, for the super chat there. I think it was Far Royal. It just appeared straight up the top of the screen. There's no comment on it, so thank you for that. Yeah, 3-5-1-2 is an impossible formation because it gives us 12 players. You got the 11 there, but you're forgetting about the goalkeeper. Craig, you're back, says V8. We are. It's great to be back. It's only been a few hours, but you know what? I felt like I had my legs cut off. Better to lose a few views and keep in YouTube's good books. Absolutely. It's just great to be back on here. Love the video, said Sam. Thank you, Sam. That's really kind of you, mate. I hope you've hit the subscribe button, buddy. I told you Shaqiri was a super sub, said the Musan. To be fair, mate, I said the same thing during the week. I said that I would love him coming off the bench with 70 minutes gone and players' legs tiring. Do you think we could make it to the Champions League? I think you mean to the final. Of course we can. We did it last year and we've only gotten better. But for me, it's all about the Premier League. I really just want Liverpool to go balls out to try and win the Premier League this year. Klopp is a football genius, said Paul, and I agree 100%. You're not going to get any argument with me on that one. If we could get through the Manchester City game, we're still top of the league, the title is ours. Again, it would be great. It would be great to get through that game and still be on top, but again, nothing is won in January. It's a long season. What I want is for Liverpool to be still in the conversation March and April, and then maybe we can start to seriously believe. Until then, all we can do is take one game at a time and hope that we keep taking off 3 points. Stephen Clavin said, would Juventus be the toughest draw? No, Barca for me, Stephen, I think would be a tougher draw than Juve. But Juve are a damn fine side, don't get me wrong. I mean, if we get drawn against Juve, we're going to have to play at our absolute best over 2 legs to get through that game. The Alamo was very quiet, said Stephen. Of course it is, mate. The Blues lost and we won, so. And the Blues, the Blues who are our feeder club, of course, the United, so there you go. I'm sad that Phil Jones wasn't on to get his 30 goals. Yeah, so was I. Shame, but that back three was shocking. I mean, it was absolutely shocking. Robbo for 8 million is the biggest bargain of football history. It's better to look at it as a straight swap for Kevin Stewart, because then it gets even better, mate. It becomes an even better deal then. Robertson, what's that? Robertson is a freak, is it? Where was that gone? Ah, there it is. So glad you're here. A small little gift, say how grateful we are if this channel is a mighty companion, said Farwell. Thank you, mate. That's really kind of you. I appreciate the super chat as well, mate. Thank you. Who's put the Discord? October's put the link in there to join the Discord group if anybody wants to, and it's a great group of people, so I'd highly recommend joining. You get lots of people in there chatting when we're not online and stuff, so definitely worth checking out. And of course the Instagram account as well, which Kev started for us, which is Anfield Agenda, so it's just at Anfield Agenda, really straightforward if you're on Instagram. I feel like so out of place saying all these things out like Instagram and Discord, and I feel like I'm too old to be using some of these phrases, but there you go. You've got to move with the times, don't you? I mean, being on YouTube for me is just crazy. I never thought it was something I'd be doing. What did you think of Klein today? Said Tarish. I thought he was very good. For a player who hasn't played in the Premier League in a very long time, Tarish, I thought he played excellent. Didn't really put a foot wrong. Very solid defensively. And yeah, he just slipped seamlessly into the starting 11, mate. Ben said, I'm from Leeds and grew up hating Man United, but also hate Leeds United and began supporting Liverpool because of my father. Well, your father did the right thing, Ben, and I'm sure you've thanked him by now. Yeah, I mean, imagine not supporting Liverpool, Ben. What a club. Best news of the weekend, Smalling signed a new contract at United. Great piece of business by United, said Imran. Yeah, I mean, and to announce it as well on the eve of the Liverpool game. Hilarious stuff. Shaqiri is better than Mahrez and is 6 times cheaper. I don't know about that. That's a big show. Give Mahrez a bit of credit. He's a very good footballer as well. Comparison price wise, yeah, look, you can't even have the conversation. I mean, we got an absolute bargain, but I wouldn't be. I think Mahrez is a very good footballer. So is Shaqiri, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not as good. I'm just saying I think Mahrez is a very good player. Likes, by the way, please drop a like on the stream, guys, if you haven't done it already. The streams lately, we've been hitting numbers that we haven't hit ever, really. I mean, we used to do late night agendas, and a good late night agenda would be between 800 and 1,000. And now every late night agenda really seems to be going past 12, 1,300. Last night's one got 2,500 views, which is amazing. So thank you so much for that one. Smalling signs and then fakes and injuries, said Yasser. LFC_5 said, I cannot wait for the Champions League draw tomorrow. I'm being unselfish. I'd want Dortmund for the excitement, but rather play them in the semis. So who do you guys feel we're going to get tomorrow? Has anybody got a feeling about a particular team? I swear we're getting one of the German teams. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just do. But again, look, it's only a feeling. Nothing is guaranteed. What's occurring, said Craig. Jose's comments on Andy Robertson and how he felt tired watching him. Don't blame him. Andy Robertson is just a machine. He's fantastic. Iron Brew powered absolute man mountain. Charlene said, I had a Manchester City fan who doesn't follow me replied to my tweet about Lukaku. He said, typical Liverpool fan. Fuck him. Fuck him, Charlene. You don't need to be worrying about these Manchester City fans anyway. I think Sancho would be a better signing than Pulisic. Said Ben. He might well be, mate, but there's no hope of us getting Sancho. Pulisic is somebody, or Pulisic, I'm sorry again for mispronouncing, is somebody whose contract is up in 18 months and they're going to want to sell him because he won't sign a new deal. So they know they either agree a deal in January or sell him in the summer, but they can't leave it go any longer. Whereas Sancho is somebody who I think just signed a new deal. I just signed with them recently, and his value has gone from somewhere about 9 million. And the latest thing I've seen, the latest article that was written up on the people that do the transfer market stuff, reckon he's worth about 90 fucking million already, which is nuts. So I'm not saying he mightn't be a better signing. I just think Pulisic is the more likely signing for us. And Pulisic will be coming to the Premier League. I'll be amazed if it's not. It's us or it's Chelsea, but I think he will definitely be in the Premier League next season. What's our next game in the Premier League? It's Wolves away on Friday night, which is weird playing on Friday night. But what happens there is if we get the win, then it puts the pressure straight back onto the other teams, to Manchester City and the chasing pack, to go and get their wins. Top of the league for the second week, said Anthony Peters. Would have been shit, wouldn't it, to just top the league for a week and then fuck up, draw this game, let Manchester City go back top. You would have felt like all the hard work was undone. But as it stands, the Reds are top of the league. 17 games played, 14 wins, 3 draws, 45 points, only 7 conceded. Nobody in the Premier League yet scored more than 1 against us. 10 clean sheets. What's not to love? Fucking missed you, Craig, said the V8. Missed you guys too. I felt strange just watching a game of football without commenting on it or going into the chat. It was weird. It was really weird watching that game today without interacting with you guys. Pogba makes a good bench warmer. The whole Pogba situation is crazy. It really is crazy. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Craig, is many on here on Twitter? Oh, many of the people, Mark. I don't know. If you are on Twitter, actually comment with 1. Just give me a thumbs up or a 1 or something in the chat, and we see how many people here actually have a Twitter account. So if you are on Twitter, by the way, I'm getting really close to, well, I'm heading towards about 27.8 thousand followers on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, please do pop over and give me a follow. I'm going to put my name in the description. I'll try and follow back as well. I always try to. I'm just going to put my name in the chat here now. And of course, feel free, guys, to put yours in as well. So my Twitter name is really straightforward there. It's at Craig the Host. So Craig the Host. Search me out on there. You can search by my name, Craig Holden. It'll come up as well. It's Houlden. And yeah, I'll try and follow you guys back as well. If I see all the tweets, I will definitely follow you back. But yeah, I'd say we've quite a few that are on Twitter, because I see quite a lot of people here on Twitter every day. Christopher's on Twitter, Robbie's on there, Stig, Ferno, Lars, shagging the, what's this? The bunny shagging the bus. Ferno, the commenter said there was an error, so I kept sending it through. Last shirt I got was 13-14, but I got a goalie kit with Mignolet on it. Oh, no. Mate, I feel for you. Kev's on there. I know Kev's on there, so geez, I talk to Kev all the time. October put hers in as well. So if you want to put your Twitter handles in, guys, or whatever, your Instagram handles, please do. I mean, the more you guys get to know each other offline as well, the better it is. I mean, we are a family on here, so please don't ever feel like you can't shout yourself out or put your details in. I mean, it's there for all of you to do. Don't ever feel like it's going to be removed or anything. I love that you guys all get to know each other, and I love the family atmosphere that's in here. I really do. Right, where are we? I'm trying to keep up with the chat, so sorry if I missed a few. The Instagram account is great, said Jose, thank you. It's Kev that runs that one, Kevla in here that runs that. Do you think that may well be the last time we see Mourinho at Anfield? That's a tough question. As United manager, yes, sir, I would agree. But you never know with that fecker, do you? You never know where he might pop back up. Lots of stuff around him going back to Real Madrid. Florentino Perez, I think, spoke in the summer of saying that he would happily work with Mourinho again. A few rumours about him going back to Inter Milan. I don't know. I'm sick of looking at his face though. He just always looks like somebody pissed in his cornflakes, and he just never looked happy. Mark said the Instagram account is great. Thank you very much. Again, cannot take any of the credit for that one. Beating Man City would be the best start to a new year, said Kirby. It would be amazing. It was Klein's 100th appearance as well, Car. Thank you, mate, for pointing that one out. Spot on. It was indeed Nathaniel Klein's 100th appearance for the Reds. Do you think if Pogba was there, United would have won? No, I don't. I think just, and that's not a dig at United, mate. I just feel that there isn't a togetherness in that Manchester United squad, and as much as there are some good footballers there, they don't seem to know what their roles are, what the manager wants from them, and they don't seem to be pulling in the same direction. But don't get me, I don't like to take cheap digs. It's not really my way unless I don't like somebody. But no, I don't think he would have made a big difference. He might have made a difference, but they definitely wouldn't have won that game. I don't think they could have put any 11 they had out there today, and I think the way we played, we'd have found a way of winning that game. When they found out Klein was playing at midfield, they tried targeting that side with Rashford, but he stood up to it. I thought he was excellent. Massive props to Klein, said Brian as well. Craig is not old. The Christmas tree lights make him look like he has a halo. There you go. And for anyone who tries to have a little dig about the lights on the Christmas tree being blue, please bear in mind that my son's favourite colour is blue, and he loves blue. So that's why the lights on the Christmas tree are blue. But I made sure there was red baubles on there, so we got a bit of red on the tree. And I have a set of red lights as well, but Lucas just won't let me put them up. I will DM you about something after the stream, said Ferno. No problem, mate. I will check that out straight away. And when I did join, just like I promised, by the way, I did join the Fantasy League as soon as the stream was over last night, just like I promised. First thing I did, I went on and joined the league, so thank you for that one. Maureen looked defeated today, complimenting her player. Sounds like a dead man walking. May start trending Maureen in the Instagram account. 66 likes, said Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. And please, let's get this to 100, guys, by the way. Before we finish tonight's stream, we've got about 20-25 minutes to go, so still lots of time. Please do drop a like on the stream, and of course, if you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, please do that. Thank you to Dave as well for the super chat earlier on, very kind of you. I'm a little disappointed Shaqiri didn't score an overhead kick. Did you see the picture of Degsy Lovren trying an overhead kick though? Connor showed me an image earlier on of Lovren trying an overhead. God bless him. It would have been nice, but look, he scored 2. So let's not be greedy, Robbie. He scored 2 fantastic goals today. And aren't they a little bit better that they took a little deflection off United players, because they're a little bit more shitty then, which just feels nicer to me. Charlene thinks we're going to get Real or Dortmund. G.I. Jose said I want Bayern. I think we can beat them. We can't get Schalke, mate. They're not in. They're not one of the teams. They're not in there. We can't get Schalke. The only teams I think we can get, we went through the list the other day. It's Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and I think Porto. I think they're the only teams we can get if memory serves correct. I'm 47, had Twitter for a month or so. Already my rabbit has gotten abused, said Rod. Yeah, it can be a tough place, Rod. There's 2 sides of Twitter. You can get really amazing people on there that you're happy to chat to and give you really good feedback and really nice people, or you can get absolute dickheads that have nothing but horrible things to say and you just don't know why they bother. John wants Real for revenge and a stuffing for Ramos. Van Dijk is suspended, said annoying JA reviews. He's suspended for the first leg, mate, yeah. But look, it's not till February, so we'll worry about that a little bit closer when we know who we have available. And it's one game. We can cope without him for one game, although it is a big loss, let's be fair. I thought you couldn't stream, but glad you're back. Just to explain it one more time, I suppose, in case anybody was in late. We were banned, Jack. We did receive a copyright infringement notice earlier on, which restricted us from doing any live streams. We got it sorted out. We contacted the person that made the complaint. We explained the situation, and they retracted the complaint, which allowed us to come on and do live streams. So, unfortunately, it wasn't done in time for the game, but could have been a lot worse. It could have been a 90-day ban. I think that happened to Daz before. I think he got a 90-day ban. So thankfully it was sorted out, and we're just really pleased to be back here doing live streams, chatting to you guys. So yeah, counter blessings that we're back on. Kev put the Instagram link in there, by the way. If anybody wants to give it a follow, jump over. I want Bayern on Klopp. Can't wait the bastards out of the Champions League. I want Bayern so Klopp can twat the bastards out of the Champions League. Sorry mate, I misread that comment. Annoying, we'll have Gomez and Matic back by then. Only one game will be available for the second leg, said Yasser. He will. Look, it is going to be tough missing him for a game, but it's a game he'll get a rest for. If we're trying to look at a positive from this one, at least it'll mean he'll get a full week between games. If he plays at the weekend, he'll get a break for that game, and then he'll be fully rested again for the game the following weekend. So let's try and look at everything as a bit of a plus if we can. Can't seem to find the link to join Discord. Can somebody send an invite from the app? The link was in the chat earlier on, Colin. If you scroll back through, maybe somebody can put it in there now and at Colin, so he's attached to it. Can somebody do that for me if you get a chance? Just at Colin Falvey, one of the mods it would have to be. I realise how much I rely on the watch along, Craig, having to watch it without the alternative commentary. Thank you, mate. That's really kind. I didn't know what to do with myself today when we were watching the game. It was me and Connor sitting here. It was weird. I felt like I wanted to be describing what was going on. I wanted to be looking at a screen to see what the chat was saying. But there was nothing there. It was so strange. Robbie is on Twitter. Stig is on Twitter. Christopher. I've gone through all these. There's the Discord link. A couple of people have put it in. Thank you, October. I have to take my daughter to hospital in an hour for x-rays. Rod, I hope everything's okay, mate. Jesus. I really hope she's okay. Please do let us know that she's alright, mate. Our thoughts are with your daughter. I hope whatever it is fixable quickly. Gary Richards dropped a follow on Instagram. Thank you, Gary. Kev, if anybody does follow us and you recognise them from the group, mate, on Instagram, please do drop them a follow back. Should have just described the game to Connor. I wasn't far off doing that, mate, I'll be honest with you. Did he say what Modric said about the Ballon d'Or and Messi and Ronaldo? I don't know, what did he say? I didn't see what he did say, so please do put it in. Damien Snowden said, Manchester United forgot where they parked the bus after losing again to Liverpool. How great is it? How fucking great is it? What a day. Not just beating the Manx, which is always a pleasure, but to beat them and go back to the top of the Premier League table in front of a raucous crowd at Anfield, to put in a performance like we did. Everything is positive. It's nothing but positivity at Liverpool at the minute. And look, again, tomorrow night, don't forget to join us at about 10 o'clock because Mark Goldbridge from the United Stand is going to come on for a chat about the game. Very interested to hear how he's seen it as a United fan. I'm sure maybe you guys seen his reactions today or whatever, but it's always good to get an opposition fan's opinion on things. So looking forward to hear what he has to say, not just about the game, but about Jose Mourinho and the future there of his club. And maybe this is something we can do a little bit more going forward. Maybe we can do stuff with other opposition fans when the season goes on. Maybe we can reach out and talk to other channels and do stuff together. So yeah, never rule anything out. It's something we should probably start doing a bit more of. Do you have an app or are you just using the website? There's an app for it, Colin, mate. There is a Discord app and I find it very handy personally to use. And I'm an idiot, so if I can use it, mate, it's pretty straightforward. You should have shouted out the commentary to Connor. The poor lad had like a 50-mile drive. I know. And I told him when he only left at about 10 past 10, just before I came on. And he's a 50-mile drive ahead of him. And I told him just to make sure, you know, to drop me a text to let me know he got home alright, because the weather's not great here at the minute. So I really appreciate Connor coming up as well. I don't think anybody could stop us now, said Kirby. 3rd of January, title decider, said Jared. Is it Gerard or Jared, mate? Excuse me if I mispronounced. Mr. Mulcair or Mulcair. I'm not just ruining your name left, right and centre here, man. I'm sorry. I don't think it's a title decider, but it would certainly be a strike. It would certainly be a dagger in somebody's back, whoever comes out with the 3 points. But I wouldn't call it a title decider just yet, because let's just imagine everything stayed as is and both teams kept winning until that game. If City won, well, what are we, 2 points behind? If we win, what are they? They're, you know, then it starts to become 4 and we have a little bit of a gap. So I think we're okay. We just need to keep concentrating on what we're doing, taking it one game at a time. And look, Wolves is the next hurdle for this team. Wolves away next Friday night. Molineux is going to be rocking under the lights. It's going to be a good game. I can't wait for it. Klopp, genius signings again. We're too good putting the shits all over the teams. Love it, said Claire. We battered them, said Tony. And AS Empire as well. Put the link into Discord. Thank you, pal. Is Connor your son? No, mate, he's not. He's fuck you. How old do you think I am for a start? No, he's not. He's just a friend. He's just somebody I got to know on Twitter, and then he started doing some work for one of our podcasts. He started making some images and stuff. Just got to know him. We did a few trips over to Liverpool together last year to some games and stuff. And then when we were starting this project, I brought Connor on board and said, do you want to help out? Do you want to run it with me? And we started this whole thing, Anfield Agenda, together, and we are here where we are now, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him. Connor is the heartbeat of this channel. He does all the technical stuff, makes all the brilliant images you see, and makes sure everything keeps ticking along. So without him, no, I couldn't do it, but he definitely is not my son. For Connor to be my son, I would have had him at 16 or something. But no, he's not my son. I'm going to tell him about that. That's a funny one, actually. It would be so Liverpool to get beat by Wolves. The old Liverpool. That's not us now, though, man. That's not us now. And look, don't be amazed, by the way. I mean, we will lose a game at some point, maybe. Don't worry about it. Shit happens. We can't perform at this level. We can hope to, but we might not perform at this level every single week. And if we lose a game, it's not the end of the world. Everybody drops points from time to time. It's how you bounce back from it. And look, just look at where we are. 17 games unbeaten. And we couldn't do any better. Well, we could technically, but you know where I'm coming from. Decides a title if we won 4 points up. That's assuming we keep winning till we get there, Larry. Guys, I'm off now, said Rod. And again, mate, seriously, love to the family. I hope your daughter's okay. Please let us know the results of the x-ray are alright, and pass on our best to your daughter, and of course the bunny rabbit. Sean said, hey Baldy, have United spent all those hundreds of millions? Jose will be sacked tomorrow, surely. Yeah, 400 million or something, Sean, I think he spent since he came into the club at United there, which is... where the fuck has it gone? I mean, what has he had for that money? Where are they? Have they progressed at all? I don't know. I doubt it. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, they won the Europa League. Yes, they won the Carling Cup. But is that progression for a club of Manchester United size? I don't know. I've very few fans that I've seen are still backing Manchester United's manager at the minute. And you know what? You have to look at it and say, you can't slag them for not backing him if they don't back him, because I think he deserves a kick in the arse at this point. He deserves to be shown the door, because some of his decision making is shocking, and I think he's almost trying to prove a point sometimes. But thankfully, we have Kloppo. From our perspective, everything is going along just fine. Champions League draw tomorrow at 11 AM as well, said Jared. Thank you for that one, pal. Craig is 80. Yeah, he is, yeah. How do I donate to Darren Lennon? Couple of ways, pal. There's the super chat option, which maybe somebody can describe to you. I've never done a super chat, so I haven't got a clue. But there should be a super chat button down the bottom of the screen there. Underneath your comments, there's a dollar sign. You can click on that. Or you can go to patreon.com. No, not patreon.com. I'll tell you what. I'll put it in the chat here right now. Make it easy. What is it? It's... no, I've put in the HTTP. So it's Ko-fi. So Connor's going to kill me if I do this wrong. I don't think this will actually work as a link. So bear with me. The easiest way is the super chat, mate, by the way, if you want to. But again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm simply just answering your question. Okay, I want to get this link right for you, so bear with me. So it's... I think this link should work for you, to Ko-fi, which is one way that people can contribute to the channel if you wanted to. But the easiest one to do is just the super chat button there underneath. What's your podcast called, mate? We stopped the podcast. What we did was, we used to do the podcast and it used to be called Anfield Agenda. And before that it was called... sorry, I'm just looking at something on my screen here. It was called TOTT Sport. And we decided to have a name change because TOTT Sport just kind of sounded a little bit too much like Spurs or the TOTT for Tottenham. So we changed it around to Anfield Agenda. And at the same time we thought, well, do you know what? Our future probably lies on YouTube, so we moved on to YouTube. But after taking feedback from people over the past few months on here, and it's gone really well, we've decided that from the new year we will be bringing out another podcast. So we'll have an Anfield Agenda podcast. It'll be once a week. It'll be going out on iTunes, Acast, all the usual places. But again, we'll get that set up for the new year, and it will be just Anfield Agenda. I'm not one of them to burn my shirt if we lose a game, Craig, but there are a lot of fans out there who fly off the handle after one loss. There really is, pal. A lot of them. An absolute lot of them. Ridiculous stuff as well. I mean, people who would throw people under a bus for one mistake and then write "you'll never walk alone" with their next fucking sentence. It's crazy. Ferna, how are you? City, Liverpool decides the title if both teams keep winning. I don't think it will. I mean, both of them aren't going to win the rest of their games. Let's be honest about that. Somebody's going to drop points, if not both of them dropping points. So it'll have some say on it, but I wouldn't. I think people are getting too worked up about this game against Manchester City. It's one game from 38. It'll have a say. Maybe it'll try to strike a psychological blow, but I don't think it'll be the be-all and end-all. One of their problems is they finished second and didn't try and build on it back then. Clearly can't coach anymore. I think his style may be a little bit old school. Again, it's easy for me just to say this from the outside. We rule and a draw away. What's this? We rule and a draw to the shitty away is all good. So Claire. Oh, the City. Sorry, I didn't get where that was going. One of their problems is they finished second. I've done that one already. I've got such a stomach ache about the damn Arsenal match we've got coming up. That's going to be my first game at Anfield and I really want us to smash them. October. Okay, I'm expecting a couple of things of you, pal, in this game. One, we want loads of images of you and your family enjoying yourself. So do send us some pictures, mate, to the YouTube or to the Twitter account. But secondly, relax. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the experience gone over to Anfield. Enjoy what will be a momentous occasion for you, especially against Arsenal. It's going to be a really good game. I've been to see us play Arsenal a few times and I've enjoyed every single one of them. So let that not go out of your stomach or that ache in your stomach, because we're going to win. And you're going to enjoy yourself and you're going to have a great time. And you're going to come back and you're going to say that you've fallen in love with the city. You can't believe how amazing it was. And we'll say, We told you so, pal. So relax, enjoy yourself. I'm sure you've saved hard for this trip, or your family have planned hard for it, so make the most out of it and enjoy the beautiful city that is Liverpool, and enjoy the amazing atmosphere at the game. And I'm jealous as fuck that I'm not going. Anthony Peters says 400 million, then why does he have a go at Liverpool for spending a few coppers? Because like anything with people who are failing, Anthony, or people who aren't doing well in life, they deflect. They don't accept blame upon themselves, so it's everybody else's fault. They cast aspersions at other people. They moan about in his case, he moans about the media not putting enough pressure on Klopp and saying, oh, Klopp has spent X amount of money, surely now he should be winning the league. Just accept some responsibility, Jose, and accept that everything you've done in the past isn't worth a shit anymore, because you're a has-been, mate, and nobody cares about the 3 league titles that you won, because you're not winning jack shit anymore. So that's the beauty of football. You know, there's no sentimentality in football. You win or you fuck off. And for Mourinho, it looks like the time has come that he's going to have to fuck off. Yeah, you thought it was 13 yesterday, Craig. I'm nearly 17, said Ferno. Why did I think you were 13? Was it something you said about... Oh, maybe I just did my maths wrong, pal. Apologies, but you're nearly 17. There you go. I heard Jose saying he was to ruin... What's this? I was going to ruin United. Said it when he was a Chelsea manager. Oh, there you go. October, put the Kofi link in as well. Thank you for that one. We're not losing this season. Final league table going to be played 38, 132, drawn 6, goals 496, goals against 14. I wish it was like that. That would be a fucking delicious league table. Imagine that. What would that? That put us on what, 96, 102 points if my maths is correct, Christopher. That would be damn nice. Again though, just to go back on the Kofi thing, it's so much easier to do the super chat because you don't have to leave here. It's all built in, and I find it easier personally to talk people through that than Kofi and stuff. But look, again, the options are there for everyone. Kofi Annan was exactly what I thought of, Kev, when I heard it for the first time. Oh, it was in the description, October. Good show. I should have done that myself, actually, but you're cleverer than me, so there you go. It was like the Sterling situation the other day. The fans who was racist to Sterling are there celebrating Kante scoring. Shows the mindness that hates stupid fans. Exactly. And I don't want to bring colour into this, but we have to just use it for this example. When a black player scored for them, it was all tickety-boo and everybody was happy. But when another black player who isn't on their team is there in front of them, they chose to abuse him. And it just shows the fucking hypocrisy and the small-mindedness of fans. Some fans, I want to be clear about that. But it wasn't just that isolated incident as well with Chelsea. We've seen the anti-Semitic chants as well during the week. We've seen the stuff with Paris Saint-Germain as well. And I've made no secret of the fact that I'm not at all a fan of most of the Chelsea fan base. Every fan base, of course, has some good in it. And I'm sure there are Chelsea fans and some liaison officers working hard to try and root out these scumbags out of their fan base and throw them out of the stadium. But it seems like they need to work a little bit harder. That's the only thing I can really say on that one. Because I hate vilifying a whole set of fans for something that is probably just a small minority of them that are causing it. But sometimes a small minority of people can shout very loudly. And when they shout very loudly, they get heard. We had 3 Mancs in our pub in Calgary today. They know their place. We were loud and proud, said Larry Leach. Good, mate, good. I hope the whole pub was rocking, and I hope you all enjoyed it over there. And I hope to get over to Canada again at some point, mate, and I hope to meet up with as many of you guys as I can. Next up, though, it seems to be a trip up to Newry in County Down. I'm looking forward to that one. We have to put that one in the book real soon and do a live stream up there with the guys from that supporters club, which is brilliant. Are you based in Dublin? No, in Wexford, Jared. I'm originally from Dublin, though, as you can probably guess from my accent. But now I live in Gorey in County Wexford, pal, so I'm not too far down the road. Yes, Craig is still on the ale and ringing in sick tomorrow. Good man, Sean. Good fucking man yourself. Showing all the lads your channel. Get a few more subs for you. Please do, because we're heading towards 6k. And I really want us to hit 6,000 subs, pal. I really want us to get there. So one, enjoy your few scoops, mate, and tell them all we did say hello. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But most of all, Sean, I'm delighted you're having a good night, pal. Sean subscribed and helped with the channel from the very start. He's been a big supporter of us, both financially and on here. So Sean, mate, thank you for all your support. I'm sure you've earned those few drinks tonight, pal. And ring in sick tomorrow, why not? Just tell them I said you could have the day off. and you'll get your P45 in the post then. Was gonna get hospitality for the Newcastle match, but decided to get ones for Arsenal one because I really love Mesut Ozil, even though I respect the fuck out of Rafa. So is he going to the Carlsberg Lounge at the main stand or something, which is cool. It's a way I've looked at getting tickets as well, October, because as you know, they're really tough to come by. So I've thought to myself, I might just cough up as well and get some corporate ones, even though it would really hit the bank balance. But you want to get over and go to games. I'm sure you'll have a great time though. I'm sure you'll absolutely love it. I've been in the main stand, I've been in that section of it as well, and it's great. You'll have a ball. But I do want to hear all about it, and I'd love you to send us some pictures to the Anfield Agenda YouTube account as well. I love seeing people at games, so anybody that's ever at a game who wants to send us pictures, please do. We'll retweet them all. Did you hear the Man United fans earlier on, just sack Mourinho, just sack Mourinho? Look, do you blame them? They're putting up with that crap week after week after week. Fuck him. They deserve to have him sacked. He's a joke at this point. Right, where am I? I feel like I'm catching up. Probably about 10 minutes to go, guys, on tonight's stream. So if there's any... Do you know if there's any Huddersfield tickets available? I don't know. I haven't looked, pal. I have not looked. I'm in the Lower Any Road stand till October. Not going to lie, October. I'm trying to be positive. That's probably my least favourite part of the entire stadium. Well, no, the Upper Any Road is worse. The Upper Any Road, if you're at the back, it can be like looking through a post box. But you'll be beside the away fans, well, close enough to the away fans, depending on which side of the Any Road you're on. But you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. And you get to look straight up at the cop. So there is a bonus to it. You get to look straight up at the cop, enjoy yourself. And make sure you get there nice and early, soak it all in, get some pictures around, and enjoy the game. Because these are moments that, if your first trip to Anfield... I've been to Anfield now, God knows how many times. I mean, I don't even want to try and work out how many times I've been to Anfield, but it's a shit ton. And every time I walk up the steps, whether it be in the Cop, the main stand, the King Kenny stand, or the Centennials it used to be, and I used to love sitting in the paddock, used to be my favourite part to sit in. Every time I walk up those steps, and you start to see the pitch emerge in your eye line as you're walking up. Every time I do that and I step up those steps, and the cold air hits you in the face and the lights are there and it might be a little bit misty and the rain's falling down, and you look around and you just see the beautiful surroundings of Anfield. It's class. It's absolutely class. It still gives me butterflies on my stomach to this day, walking up those steps and seeing the ground. It's a beautiful place to be, and Anfield is a special place, particularly under the lights. $400 US. That's what's that, about €350 October, something like that. Yeah, you're certainly paying for your tickets, but I hope you have a great day. I really do. I hope the game wins some mental game. Maybe we go 2-0 down and we win 5-2 or something that's memorable for you. Although I'd rather we win 4-0 actually, or 3-0 if that's okay. Who do you think will get in the round of 16? I have a feeling it'll be one of the German teams, pal. I've said all along I think it'll be either Dortmund or Bayern Munich. The toughest games for me will be Juventus or Barcelona, but I don't mind who we get, because I back us. I think we can put up a fight against anybody. Romelu's first touch said, on the game today we just didn't turn up. I believe you could have got Jose sacked though, because United haven't tweeted for 6 hours. Last time it was this long, there was an announcement for Louis van Gaal. Interesting, mate. It's tough for me to say this, pal, but you deserve better than that miserable fucker, the way things stand. And I don't wish you any success, don't get me wrong, but at the same time I want to be respectful. He's taking the piss at this moment in time. The way he's complained about lack of players, the way he's complained about the players available to him and the team selections he's made, it just seems like he's just begging to be fired. And I think he needs to be put out of his misery. And I would, if it's a financial thing, that would really worry me. I mean, it should be what's best for the club, and sacking him seems to be what's best. But at the same time, if you do sack him, you've got to have somebody lined up to come in. And, from what I've gathered, speaking to Mark and a few other United fans, they're not too impressed with the board either and the way they run things. So let's wait and see how that one works out. But interesting on the 6 hour tweet thing. Thank you for that. I'll keep an eye on that account now just to see. I've sat in the Cop 3 times this season, said Kev. Want to try Dalglish stand next. Kev, mate, hit a brother up if you've got tickets, pal. I mean, I'll go over to any game. If you've got spares, man, let me know and I will be there. I will get on the plane and I will fly over. I sit in the sofa stand because I can't get tickets and have so many difficulties sorting it out. I'm with you, pal. I'm with you. I've gone on the beg this season for tickets, haven't had any luck. The only thing I've refused to do so far is pay over the odds, because I've done it for so many years that I got fed up. Spending enough to go to 10 games a season to go to 4 or 5. So I'm trying to do things a little bit cheaper these days. But it's tough, and I've no right to tickets any more than anybody else, so I just take whatever I can get. I can't wait to finally go to Anfield for a game next year. My treatment is over and I'm well enough. I'm sure again, Charlene, you will have earned it, and I'm sure it'll be an amazing trip for you. Jose Mourinho was sacked by Chelsea on the 17th of December 2015. I hope tomorrow United do the same thing, said Jared, which is interesting. I didn't know that one. I love all these facts that people find and put in the chat. It's good. You probably don't know, but I'm 10, said Luke. Well, thank you for letting me know, Luke, and now I can make sure that you're looked after in here, buddy. So I'll keep an eye on you to make sure nobody gives you any hassle or anything, because if we do have any underage people in the account or on the channel, I do like to make sure I try my best to look out for them, because I'm a parent myself and I want to make sure that nobody's getting bullied or nobody's getting harassed in here, pal. So look, you know we use language, Luke, and I can't change that for you, buddy. But if your parents are okay with you being on here, pal, I'm not going to judge, but I will make sure I look out for you, buddy. So let me know if you ever have any hassle in here, or people are commenting or things you're uncomfortable with, and I'll do my best to sort it out for you, I promise. It's not worth playing a month's rent for a ticket, Craig. The stadium will always be full. Cup games are easier to get to, which is true, actually. I want Mourinho to stay. I think he's doing a great job, said Darren. I think a lot of Liverpool fans would want him to stay, but Romella's first touch said Mourinho was sacked after a 3-1 loss to Liverpool on the 17th of December. Easy Liverpool LFC said I wanted 4-1. I think I predicted 2-0, but 3-1 is very good. Connor predicted it at half time, actually, when it was 1-1. He said he thinks it'd be 3-1. I thought it would end up 2-1, but you know, I'm not going to complain. I'm so happy where we are as a club. I keep saying it. I keep coming on here with this smile on my face. Well, this is a smile for me, by the way. And I love it. I just love where the club are. I love the fact that when we started this channel, we seemed to just start at the right time as well, where things were starting to turn around and things were going well. And it's just been great. My mum and dad said that they'll take me to Europe to see Liverpool and I can't wait. Said Kirby, brilliant. I'm sure that that'll be a great trip for your family, pal. I've never been to a game myself, but I've been on a trip to around the stadium. It was the best day of my life, said Jack. I've done the stadium tour as well, but not since they've built a new stand. I haven't been I've been over a lot since the new stand, but I haven't done the stadium tour. I use language as well. It's fine. The ref was so bad in the Napoli game. I thought you were going to say today. The ref in the Napoli game was shocking, mate. But I thought, in fairness, Martin Atkinson did very well today. And I'm usually the first one to criticise a referee, but I thought he did really well today. I thought he handled the game magnificently. I thought he made tough calls the right way. He gave himself time to think, and I don't think he was rash with any decisions. Dwayne said, watching all the way from Jamaica. Much love, mate. Thank you for joining us. I think it's Dwayne. Is it Owain or is it Owain? Excuse me, mate, if I mispronounce. Mr. Dilworth, shall we say. Well, thank you, pal. It's great to know. I've been in your beautiful country, so yeah, I love it. Absolutely beautiful place. Well, thank you for joining us. It's amazing knowing that we've got people that watch us from all over the world. And thank you for giving us your time. We really do appreciate it. I wake up with some news. I'm going to strut into work in the morning. Full on McGregor-esque, Darren, mate. Why not? Give it the full on Vince McMahon swagger on your way in the door. I bought the black jersey. Are you getting it? Said Jared. No, I don't like this season's one. I liked last year's one. I thought the blackout shirt last year was gorgeous. And I didn't get it because I was too late to the party last year. Before I even knew it was out, it was gone. But this year I did Balance Away runners, the purple and orange ones a few weeks ago. I treated myself to them for a Christmas present and they're absolutely gorgeous. But let me know when you receive the shirt, let me know, or do you have it already? If you have, let me know what you think of it. Smash that like button. Have we hit 100 likes on the stream yet, John? Or anybody? Please let me know if we have or haven't. And of course, don't forget, we are close to hitting 6,000 subscribers. So if you're watching this back, or you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. We're so close. It's been such a crazy month. So to get to 6,000 would really top it all off. So if you're watching, if it's on playback, wherever you are, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. And we're on 96 likes as well, so we're really close to getting to the 100, which is always our target on the live stream. So excellent, thank you to that one. 97 people so far, said John. 102 watching, 96 likes. That means there's 6 of you people that, you know, you can do a little bit better. You know you can. Their class trainers was in the Liverpool store in Dublin yesterday. Was mental. Yeah, I love that shopping centre, by the way. I love the Ilac. It's been a while since I've been up there, but yeah, how great is it to have the shop in Dublin? The runners are class, I have to say. I really like them, and I've liked Stephen Richards has the 125-year anniversary red one outside because I like them too much, and I'm a thing for trainers. I kind of collect them, and at any one time I could have, I think at the minute I have about 10 pairs of trainers on top of my wardrobe in boxes. Some of them I'll never wear, I just buy them because I like to collect them, and that's my hobby, I suppose, really. Football jerseys and trainers are kind of the 2 things that I'd spend my money on. I don't drink, so I don't have to buy anything like that. Don't smoke or anything like that. So yeah, that's what me and my wife spend any spare money we have on is on. She's a trainer freak as well. She loves trainers. 103 likes, there we go. Which cunt dislikes? There's always one, Logan, mate. There's always one. Well, actually not. There's usually 3 or 4, but don't mind them. We're happy that we've 104 people that have liked the stream, so thank you for that. Guys, I'm going to call it a night. It has been a real pleasure, and I feel so grateful now after getting the channel back that I've been able to come on tonight and share a win with you guys. So thank you so much, whether you're watching in Ireland, the UK, anywhere in the world, Jamaica, a friend in Jamaica, and thank you for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 PM. We'll have Mark Overage from the United Standover with us to get his reaction. Looking forward to it, but I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to join us. Love you guys. Look after your families, and of course I'll chat to you all tomorrow. Up the motherfucking Reds.